We have the screen again, hablar, comer, and vivir. 3 verbs with the 3 different kind of endings that they have in Spanish. Formar, pasar, tratar, resultar, causar. We're going to conjugate 4 of these verbs, and your job is going to be to conjugate the 5th one to practice out the concept. So again, we have hablar. You've seen this one already. O, as, a, amos, ais, and an. Those are the endings that are going to correspond with the different subjects. Let's separate those out a little bit, and you can see the stem, habl, on the left, and the ending o, as, a, amos, ais, an on the right. Let's switch the verb. Instead of hablar, let's look at formar. How would you say I form a group? Yo formo. Tú formas. And you can see that the stem stays the same. It's the ending that's going to change. O, as, a, amos, ais, and an. Yo formo, tú formas, él forma, nosotros formamos, vosotros formáis, and ellos forman. The stem is always going to stay the same. It's the ending, la terminación, that's going to change. Let's look at the verb to cause, causar. You're going to see that the ending changes and the stem stays the same. So it's going to be pretty simple. Once you know what the endings are in the present tense, I cause an accident, I cause something good to happen. O, yo causo. If you're the one who's making this happen, it would be tú causas. You're going to have the subject correspond with the ending on the right. This one I want you to do on your own. To pass, the subjects in English are I, you, he, we, y'all, and they. And in English it would be I pass the test, you pass the test, he passes the car on the highway, etc. Take this verb and put it into Spanish for me. Both the subjects on the left and the verbs on the right with the proper endings. Take a second and do that. I'll give you 20 seconds to conjugate this verb by writing out the subjects on the left and the verb correctly conjugated on the right. You should have yo paso, tú pasas, él pasa, nosotros pasamos, vosotros pasáis, ellos pasan. If you've got that in your head and you understand that concept and you said, okay, I get this. If I'm saying yo, I have to have o at the end of any AR verb. Okay, I got it. If you got this concept of conjugation down, you fully understood the lesson and you're going to be ready for the next one. And you're going to be ready to study even more languages once you finish this course. Let's look again at this list of verbs. These are all going to end in AR, and there's a whole bunch more than that. These are examples of ER ending verbs, and of course verbs that end in IR. Next lesson, we're going to look at to eat, which is comer, to depend, to comprehend, to surprise, to commit, and to sell. I'm going to show you how to conjugate an ER verb in the next lesson. This has been verbs that are regular in the AR, and another way to call those verbs are called verbs in the first conjugation.